Every time we wake up in the morning, there is a good narrative and a bad narrative. There's a bad narrative that says the country is going through a bad time, there's no employment, da 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 da, and you can believe that story. And there's a story that says above it all, you can rise and become something great. It is the story that you constantly buy into that fuels the fear inside of
you. Welcome to Be Brave. Conversations that we are having with individuals who have risen above the status quo, listened to the depth of the calling that echoes at them to seek for more, do more, and be more. Today's conversation, I am joined by a good friend of mine that I have known for over a decade. He's an iconic force in the spiritual world, but also within the business world. And today we will be unpacking a bit more about the power of being brave. And a very big welcome, Koketso, to Be Brave, also known as Pastor K.
Yes.
Which one do you prefer?
Koketso.
Koketso.
Yeah,
It's a conversation.
No.
I knew you 10 years ago as Koketso.
Pastor was not
yes. 10 years ago.
Sure.
Let's talk about that. I met you and you were a personal branding expert.
I'm telling you. Let me tell you.
with suspenders.
Yeah, with suspenders. It was my brand. Yeah. Suspenders was my brand. We did the SABC thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Sure. You know what? I've been brave. Yeah, in my life. Because I remember when I got the call to say, hey, we need a personal branding expert. I'm like, I don't know if I'm an expert, but I do some personal branding. I will go, I'll raise my hand. And you will not believe how much business I got out of that one interview, just because I raised my hand and said, I might not be an expert, but I can contribute. And out of that, I got into branding like on a serious note out of that one conversation.
So that's so profound. That starting point, that actually being brave starts with raising your head. I'm not sure, like I loved what you said when you said, I'm not sure I'm an expert, but I know a lot around personal branding. Therefore, 10 years ago, let me just raise my hand.
Let me just raise my hand.
See how it goes.
Let me raise my hand and let's see how it goes, because often we wait to be chosen, but we must choose ourselves first. You must just choose yourself first, raise your hand first, and the worst you can get is a no. That's really the worst you can get. So that was just my attitude. That's been my attitude with everything. I'm like, can I contribute? Though I know areas where I am way, above my depth. So I go like, okay, in this area, for example, singing, if you call me for singing today, I will decline gracefully, So being brave is not just about saying you can do things. You know for a fact that it's not your area of expertise.
Correct.
But it's about knowing that, hey, I can contribute something here. I might not be where I want to be yet, but I can say something. I can contribute something. I have something to say.
Sure.
So that's always been my take.
A decade later, you are still raising your hand. What areas are you raising your hand in, and why? What's inspiring those areas?
There's two. There's two areas, right? The area of youth development is where I'm raising my hand, and leadership development, both in church and in the corporate space and just society. I mean, you read the news today, our country is going through a difficult time.
Yeah.
And at the core of it is young people who are hopeless and it's leaders who are just, I don't even know how to describe it. So I'm asking myself, what is it that I can do in this time, in this season, to develop more young leaders to say, guys, it's not going to come from anywhere else. It's going to come from you. The solutions are not going to come from anywhere. Don't expect anyone to come and rescue you. You need to be your own rescuer. You need to stand up and do something. At the same time, how do I raise leaders who can go into government, politics, and business and whatever.
Yeah.
And just create an environment where these young people can show up into and they can actually have opportunity to showcase their ability. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the early days. So you are an iconic force, both within the
Thank you.
spiritual community as well as the business community. I've had the honor in the last decade of working with you at Giving Wings through a lot of the development work, leadership development work that we do. And you are a dynamic speaker. You are bold. But in the early days, you actually suffered with dyslexia.
Yeah, I did. I did. And, I think my dyslexia was, in hindsight, a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Because I had to rely a lot on memory than on reading.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I became a good storyteller because I couldn't read well. I remember my high school teacher is the one who discovered it because they would ask me to stand in front of a class and read. Oh man, and I would fumble all over the place, and I would cringe, not even cringe. I would actually disrupt the whole class just so that I don't have to stand up and read. Like if I know English class is coming, I would just do anything to be kicked out of the class. And this one afternoon, she walks in, she finds me talking, and I have everyone's attention in the room. And I hear the silence in the room, and I realize that, the teacher is behind me. I'm in trouble. Then he says, Molaolwe, come, stand here, continue the story. Ma'am, I'm trying to. He says, no, continue the story. I start very, shy and not confident. It says, speak the way you were speaking. And then I speak, and in that moment, the whole class is captivated. And I'm making up the story as I go. The whole class is captivated. And after that, she calls me. She says, you're not very strong at reading, but you're a good storyteller. Tell stories. Go and tell stories. And that liberated me. So I'm bad at reading right now, but then I discovered I have dyslexia, but I harnessed my ability to tell stories. And that's what I do I educate. Through telling stories.
You educate through telling stories. I see it. What's the biggest story you've told yourself?
I think, let me start with my fear.
Yeah.
Right? My fear is getting to the end of my life and looking at the picture of what I could have been and realize that that's not who I am. That's a fear for me to say, if a movie of the life I could have lived gets played back to me and God says, this is who you could have been. And then I look at the life I've lived and I realize that I didn't become that. That's a fear for me. I want, when I look at, if I get an opportunity to look at the life God has for me, it must reconcile with the life I am actually living. And I know that I was born for a big life. It's in my veins. It's in my blood. I know my brain works the way it works because it's in my DNA to live an expansive life that impacts people at a global level. So until I'm at a global level, I've not reached the mark. Yeah, so I think that's my fear. My fear.
That's your fear.
Is getting to the end of my life and not having become all that I was destined to become.
To be. So speaking about fears, a lot of people live and walk this earth with their fears. Their fears to ask for what it is that they want, put themselves out there for opportunities, ask for help. Why do you think that is the case?
I think that the mind has a way of exaggerating things. It has a way of telling us a story, and we actually have an opportunity to tell a different story. Every time we wake up in the morning, there is a good narrative and a bad narrative. There's a bad narrative that says the country is going through a bad time. There's no employment, and you can believe that story. And there's a story that says, above it all, you can rise and become something great. It is the story that you constantly buy into that fuels the fear inside of you. So if you've bought into the story that things are hopeless, your fear gravitates towards that. But if you've bought into the story that hopeless as things can be, I am the light that comes into the darkness and changes things, then you do it afraid. Then the fear does not paralyze you. Then you take this fear and say, I'm going to run even if I have this fear. One young person asked me recently to say, how did you get over the fear of failure with all the things that you're doing? And I said to him, you make the wrong assumption that I've gotten over the fear. I'm like, no, I have not. I still think about what if I fail, but I don't allow it to stop me from moving forward, because what if I win? What if it works? What if it actually changes people's lives? So the fear, it after I gather 5,000 people, now I'm working on gathering 60,000 people.
What?
I'm afraid because I'm like, we've gathered 5,000, now it's 60,000. Yeah, is it going to work? And I remember I didn't know if the 6,000 was going to work. I didn't know if the 50 was going to work, but I had to be brave, take a chance and walk into it. So I'm then going to walk into this one.
Yo, let's talk about the sacrifices. The sacrifices that come with being brave.
Yeah.
You founded Muso Church, a dynamic, youth-centered, family-centered, wow, church. I have been to Muso and I could not stop saying wow, especially at the What's Your Next Summit that you hosted, and just seeing the thousands, over 4,800 people there. And we see you on social media, Koketso. We see the lives you are impacting.
Yeah.
What's been the sacrifices?
Kifilwe, the price, man. The price is heavy. I think the first biggest thing was to sit a difficult conversation with my wife, because we had to say, we can build our personal lives, build a home, get things together, or we can build this ministry. And I had to say to my wife, can you give me 5 years to build this ministry? That means in this 5 years, we're not going to do much. We're going to drive the small car. We're going to have the small TV. I mean, we had a 32-inch TV like in my house that she was using while she was still a single lady. That's what we were using. Yet at church, we had like 3 32-inch. Yeah, you understand?
Yeah. High definition. I get you.
I had asked her to say, can you give me 5 years? And we pour into this everything we have. And then in 5 years, whether it has worked or not, I'll pivot my attention to home. And my wife said, okay, I'll give you 5 years. Thank God it didn't take 5 years.
Well done.
It didn't take 5 years. Things kind of worked out. In our 3rd year already, we started seeing fruits.
Okay.
And I could then divert my
labor.
attention. Yeah, I could divert my attention. So I needed to stop it. We needed to move to a smaller apartment. There's a lot of things we needed to downgrade in order, because Skifile, I had to. My thing was, even if you walked into Musa Church on the first day, it didn't feel like a startup. It felt like, because we had put everything was excellent. We had put everything. That sacrifice. I was like, I want when someone walks in here, they must feel like they are not trying to put things together.
Correct.
And we didn't have a lot of money, but we had the mindset. And we then put those things together. I mean, we did our best.
It was a growth mindset.
It was a growth mindset, And when people walked in, then they're like, I can invest in this. I can believe in this. The person who started this thing believed in it so much that they invested everything then I can also invest in this. And if certain partners come together, and that's how we got to where we got.
So it was the sacrifice of your lifestyle, the conversation with your wife, Tato, around what it's going to really take, the price tag for this. Has it been worth it?
Oh my God. Man, I'm living my dream. I am living my dream. Like I wake up and I get to do what I love.
You actually like come up as you say it. I'm seeing that energy from you.
I feel like it's been worth every sacrifice. And you know what's the for me what's the greatest output? It's seeing young people who walked into our church and they were not sure about their dreams. They were not sure about themselves. And today they have blossomed. They are leaders themselves. They're doing great things in society. I'm like, this makes it worth it. Because not only did we rise, but others also, we have been able to lift others and they are going out there to do incredible things. I'm like, it was worth it.
Oh, my goodness. So, you know, today and in the digital media world we live in, people look at you and in adoration for the accomplishments, where the church is, where you are in the business world as well. What is it that people don't see behind the social media post?
They don't see the silent conversations you have with yourself at night, asking yourself if you have bitten too much, if you've taken more than you can chew. They don't see the weight of responsibility of leading people. You know, every business that is thriving, that has employed people, and you look at that CEO who's driving a Mercedes-Benz, you're like, I wish I had the Mercedes-Benz. You don't know that now at month end, they have 100 people that they need to pay salaries. And at times, the invoices have not paid. They get paid last. Sometimes they don't even get paid. So I think it's the weight of responsibility that people don't know, to say the 4,800 people that have come here, they didn't come to play. They came with an expectation, and those expectations, they sit on my shoulders. I'm not gathering them just for gathering's sake. They don't come every Sunday just for vibes. They come they put their hopes in something I will say, in a word I will share. You know, when we do the training we do with graduates, those graduates walk into that room with an expectation that this program will take me forward. So I hold that weight of saying, what I do here needs to impact this person's life. So the weight of it, it can get daunting.
Yeah, never to be taken for granted. You know what I always say is that before you ask for the blessing, whether it is the car, the role, the business, also be willing to take the responsibility.
Carry the burden. Be willing to carry the burden, not just the blessing.
Not only the blessing that comes with it. Koketso, it's Women's Month. It's Women's Month. We've been very blessed to have collaborated with you on a number of our women in leadership programs, women in business programs. And for you, what is your message to women in this Women's Month?
Oh, ladies, I know, man, I know the system has not done well with ladies. I know that, you know, the system favors men, and, you know, we can go into that whole debate, right?
It's an intense one.
It's an intense one of the systematic, you know, oppression, exclusion, and all of those things. And this I felt pain. This is lived experience. No one is going to make it better. That's just the sad part of it.
Sure.
No one is sitting at home thinking about how to make a woman's life better. Ladies need to stand for themselves. And fight for their role and their space. Don't expect that one day someone will roll the carpet for you. It's never going to happen. It's the same as Black people's role in in the world, right? No one has rolled the carpet and said, okay, now you can walk in. We have to fight for our space in this roles, right? And I say this in whatever capacity I can. I try to create space for ladies, not because they are ladies, but because they're capable. But I want to say, ladies, it's unfortunately no one feels your pain more than you. No one knows the challenges that you're going through more than you. Fight.
Ooh.
Fight.
What does fighting look like?
Yo, Kifile, in my journey, let me give you sort of a picture.
Yeah.
The kind of way we do church, in the urban space, it has not been a normal thing for Black people. We have just been relegated to townships and villages. To have a thriving ministry in the city as a Black leader, it's not an easy thing. Most churches actually fail. They don't grow because of it's just difficult. But I had to fight, Kifile. I had to decide that I am not going to, when we started a hotel. And one person came to me and says, why don't you go to a high school? Because it will be cheaper there. And I said, I don't want to go to high school. That's what I'm expected to do. But I'm not going to do that. There's somewhere I need to go. There's a narrative I need to write. There's a narrative I need to challenge. I'm not going to start in a school. Yes, there are those who are graced to start in a school. I don't want to be them. I need to change. So I fought. And it was expensive. We had to pay 20,000 rand every month.
Whoa.
On rent.
Whoa.
I was like, I will pay the 20,000 rand. I'll find the 20,000 rand. I'll see what I'll do. I am here to stay. I'll fight for my position here. And we fought. And today we're seeing other Black leaders starting churches in urban spaces. And because they have a point of reference, they're like, if he did it, we can also do it. So I think it's that. It's just
challenge the status quo.
And don't expect anyone else to pay the price. Pay the price. No one is going to make it easy for you. Pay the price. When they say the price is this, don't complain about the price. Pay the price and just go for it.
Just push forward.
Just push forward. Pay the price. No one is going to drop the price for you. No, they're not going to drop the standard for you. No, they're not. I mean, when we look at churches in the urban space, for typically family in a suburb, when they go to a church, they need to know that the safety of their children is prioritized. Understand how expensive it is to put up safety measures to make sure that kids are covered. We had our initial budget, half of it we needed to put into children's ministry because we knew that our client who's coming, the safety of their children is important to them. So we could have bought other things, but we decided. So it's a price we were willing to pay. We didn't complain and say, man, why do they want fancy things for their children? No, we're like, okay, this is what our client wants. We'll pay the price.
This is what I'm willing to do. I said, what's your next brave move?
We are looking into a 7,000-seater building.
Wow! What's ignited that?
It's always been part of our dream from the beginning.
Kidding.
Yeah, it's always been part of our dream from the beginning. It's something that I've always, and it's not about the 7,000-seater. For me, this is how it is. If I have 3,000 families there, and they have 2 children, we are impacting 3,000 families and say 6,000 children who go to schools to meet 6,000 other kids. There's 12,000 children that indirectly we are influencing. And these are the 3,000 people in front of me. These are doctors, these are lawyers, and we're impacting them with the message of the gospel. And the message of the gospel, apart from salvation, is a message of integrity. It's a message of kindness, a message of goodness. They become leaders who have integrity. The leaders who become kind, they become employees. We are shaping the whole person, and we are sending 3,000 people into the city. So we're sending influencers into the city. So the numbers is so that we are able to change the fabric of our society.
Wow, Koketso, I'm blown away. Your intention to make an impact, it's felt, it's seen not only in Johannesburg, but it's across the world with the global work that you are doing. Okay, so in closing, anyone and I'm listening to you, and I thought I was brave, but I'm like, whoa, you are brave. And even your energy, your demeanor is challenging me to be a little bit more braver. What's the one thing we can all do to ignite that bravery in us?
I think the step you are afraid of the most is an indicator of what you need to be doing the most. That thing that you're looking at that frightens you the most is an indicator to say this is actually where you need to be, where you are stretched to your limits, where it's growing you to the next level, where you are entering a territory that is above you, and you will never be the same person once you get through that door. Take the step.
Whoa, I'm going to close it there. We need to take the step.
Take the step.
Whoa.
Take the step. The worst thing that can happen, you'll fall back to where you are right now. That's the worst that can happen. You'll fall back to where you are right now. But man, if it works, If it works.
If it works.
Yeah.
If it works.
Take the step.
Take the step.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I've appreciated this conversation. It has ignited me to unleash that bravery within me even more. Thank you for being the icon that you are, the leader that you are, the inspiration that you are. Koketso, Pastor Koketso, this world is a better place with you in it. Thank you. Yay. And that's my conversation there with Koketso, Pastor Koketso, as many of you know him, an iconic force in this world, reminding us that whatever it is that is speaking to you, whatever that decision that you need to make, do it. Lean into it. Lean into the discomfort. Because who knows? What if it works out? What if it truly, truly works out? That's it for today. Reminder, be brave, be bold, be intentional, and put your best self forward.
Yeah.